Good morning, everybody. How's it going? We're back at it. Probably sounds like repeat, but I'm at Shaver Lake again. Earlier this year, I caught some really big fish, so I just keep coming back here because I know it's starting to get cold, and I'm hoping for some more big ones. But we're doing something different today. As you see, I got my waders on. There's snow on the ground, and we're going to be getting in the water and paddling around. So, a little crazy, maybe. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get these fins on, get myself in the water, get situated. I made this 4-rod holder, and I also have a GoPro attachment to mount right there. So I'm gonna get out here and get that all set up and get it right, and we'll be back with you guys in a minute. Later. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Just after 9 o'clock, Sunday morning, last day of November. Got everything all ready to roll. Heading over to the area that's past these bank fishermen where there's a drop off. I'm gonna toss this anchor out, get some bait set up, and give it the old try. Get my lines wet, right? So the last time I looked at the temperature in the truck going through Shaver, it was 35 degrees and it was flashing ice. So first thing I did when I got here, before I got everything all geared up and ready to go, was I walked down to the water and got in till about almost chest deep. I guess only about waist deep. Walked around. Didn't feel too bad. Now I'm about 100 feet from the area I got in at. It's not too bad. Just got this new pair of waders. I'm not sponsored by them, but these Frog Togs, I feel bone dry so far. They're not thick, they're just thin, what is it, nylon waders. They're not those thick neoprene ones that are like a wetsuit. The duck hunting ones, right? Or the DD spot. If you know, you know. Still haven't been there, boys. Trying to get there. But we'll get back with you guys when we get set up. See ya. What's up, everybody? So, people are catching fish on the bank. Oh my god, a little baby just jumped right next to me. But nothing's taking bait yet. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get some bites soon. I don't know if it's the angle of the main line going down or what. Let's see. Been fishing for almost an hour. No bites, so not very good with other people catching fish around the bank, but I guess it is what it is. Hopefully we get some bites soon and hooked into something. See ya. right. Oh, he didn't like that. He didn't like the looks of that. Around the anchor line. There we go. First little trout today. Finally, been out here for a while. Man. Worked hard for that one. Paddled all the way over here. Maybe the bite will start turning on. Came all the way out here, so we're gonna give it a good old try. So I keep coming back to Shaver, like I was saying a little earlier, and the reason is February this year I caught some really big fish up here. I think one trout was 9 pounds or 7 pounds or something, and then we got another 5-pounder. We got some of these trophy trouts that they've been doing up here at Shaver Lake. So I'd really like to come on back here and get one of those trophies from the float tube. Would be really cool, I think. This guy by no means is a trophy, but nice little Shaver trout, no skunk, so I was glad to get him in, that's for sure. Probably been fishing for like an hour and a half.
hopefully we get into some other ones. We'll check in with you guys here in a few minutes. I'm gonna get rebaited up. Man, first time I've ever used a stringer. Ha ha ha.
See you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, boy, here we go, number 2. This time, hopefully it doesn't wrap up around that anchor line. I can imagine if it was a big old, huge trophy, it would not be easy to manage. But we got him. Got him, coach. Number 2 in the net. Getting everything all readjusted, and you know, even with a little anchor, a little 5-pound anchor that I have set up here on this float tube, I think I drift quite a bit. So I was drifting. I thought I was drifting and felt this guy hit. Definitely bigger than the last one. Getting bigger. Heck yeah. Answered a prayer. I was just praying for a nice fish. Came all the way out here. Oh. Came all the way out here. Got the float tube in the water. It's cold. My feet are starting to get cold, that's for sure. So this guy was answered a prayer right now. I was praying for another fish. We might call it here pretty soon. We'll see.
Back to the roots. I know a lot of you fishermen have seen these, grew up with these, right? I hadn't used one since I was a kid, and my buddy Robert, he kind of recently turned me back on to using them. A lot easier, especially when things are a little crazy out here. Wrap it around that line, send it down where that hook set is at. Pop! Pops that hook right out. Nice clean leader still. You always want to check your leaders for these trophy trouts. I'm running 4-pound, so that in itself right there is kind of probably not a good idea for old D-Bot. I got broke off by a big old trophy trout sight fishing last season, and that is what kept me coming back last season. And I was using 4-pound tests, so I immediately went home and put all of my trout setups to 6-pound line because I did not want to get broke off again. I came back the next day and I caught my PB, biggest trout that I've ever got. Like I was saying a little earlier, it was either 7. Oh man, he didn't even get to enjoy his last meal. Got this big old worm sticking out of his mouth. Oh, another splash right here by me. Yeah, they're starting to wake up. I'm glad I didn't go in cold, because I'm feeling pretty cold. See if we can reuse that bait. I'm cheap like that. If it still holds air, it's still a good bait. So
So we got number 2 here. Get him on the stringer before anything I'm gonna regret happens. Those of you that go through the gills, I recommend going through the skin right behind the jaw before the gill plate starts. I've found that it keeps my fish alive much, much longer, not sending anything through their gills. All right. Hope everybody's having a nice morning. That sun's starting to peek its way through here. That shaver. Which is good for me. I don't see very many boats out here today, let alone kayaks or float tubes. So I might be the only one. Crazy / stupid enough to be doing it. But we're catching fish. So it's a good time. Now, which way is this thing? I don't want to get this in my anchor line. I think it's on this way. Yes, awesome. So yeah, this thing drifts around even with a little 5-pound anchor. So I got to see which way it wants to stop me. Otherwise the lines start getting all twisted up. This rod rack that I made is working out really, really well so far. It's got spots for 4 rods, and I can clamp the GoPro mount to it, which is kind of the reason that I wanted to make it. Comes with one little rod holder here, but the more rod holders on here, the better. First time I used it, I started getting going, and a hook started getting dug in. And I don't want this thing getting popped, so I saw this idea online somebody else has made. It's just 2 Scotty rocket tubes. Those are the uprights, and then PVC across it. I drilled some holes to mount the PVC. 2 rod mount rod holders. And then it secures to the float tube with I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're pads, like Scotty pads, and you can use an adhesive and glue them wherever you'd like. So I ran it a few times without anything on it to see how the glue held up, and so far so good. They're pretty submerged. You know, they sit a little below the water line, which is not ideal. Should have mounted them a little bit higher. It was kind of hard to judge in the garage how it was going to sit in the water. You know, if it was going to be even and true. you know, straight across, but we lean back, right? But it's been working pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm glad that I, you know, spent the time and made it. All right, let's get back to fishing here. I'm gonna bait this number 2 rod up, and hopefully we'll get back with you guys in just a few minutes. See ya. Yeah, buddy. Hey. Let's see what we got here. They're choking it. Oh, all right, double. All right, way to go with number 5. Ended on a double. Oh my gosh, this ultralight is rad. It's a little guy, but still. Double. Let's go, baby. All right. First limit and first double on the float tube. Let's go, baby. I'm gonna get these situated. We'll check in a few minutes. Later. What's up, everybody? D-Bot here with Bot Boy Adventures. Just wrapping up. Got that limit right here at Shaver Lake. Bait fishing, nothing special. Just trying to stay diligent at coming out here and seeing when these big trophy trouts are going to be around. Not all babies today. Got a couple decent ones. Should be a couple little pieces of meat. I don't know if I'll put them in the smoker, smoke them up. I seen this recipe recently that doesn't even take a whole lot of meat, but just that smoky trout profile, you know. Do jalapeno poppers, right? But then mix that smoked trout meat up in the cheese. And I mean, you really can't go wrong wrapping anything in bacon. Ha. But yeah, I might fillet these out, smoke them up. Drop some comments. Let me know what you guys like to do with your stock trout. They start getting big enough coming out of here. They start really having a beautiful color, delicious flavor. They start getting on that natural diet. These stock fish, don't sleep on them. Coming out of the smoker neck and neck with the Costco salmon, huh? Anyway, should take about 15-20 minutes for me to kick in. Hopefully my legs don't cramp up. I'm trying to just go nice and steady, no rush. It ain't a game, we gotta work tomorrow, right? Bot Boys Adventures. See you guys at the truck. Later. What's up, Bot Boy Adventures? Just wrapping it up out here. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the content you saw today, hit that like and subscribe button. Let us know in the comments if we should do some more videos like this. I got this float tube going like this. I'm hoping that I can get my boat going pretty soon. Get my sons out here, get some friends out here, and have some laughs, build some memories. But today was a fun solo mission. I'm back at the truck, getting this thing put away. It doesn't take very long to get it all pinned up. I think it's worth it. You know, I can bring all my stuff. I don't have to carry all kinds of things across the mountain to get to a spot away from people. So this thing's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying using this float tube. So let us know let me know if I should do some more float tube videos, or if you think they're stupid. So, like I was saying, out on the water, this 5-pound anchor does pretty good keeping me from drifting. I was able to stay in one spot and bait fish today. I think it's only like the second, possibly the third time I've used this anchor. Oh man, I can't remember what brand it is. Let's see here. Xaluo. X-I-A-L-U-O. Xylo. Probably screwing that pronunciation up. Found it on Amazon. It's like 25 bucks. It came with 25 feet of rope and a buoy. And then I found some videos online of people who were wanting to put a anchor on their float tube so they can stay stationary and fish. And this guy I found had this little system here. Just a bungee cord with a clip across it, and then when you have your anchor out, it centers you rather than always pulling you to one side. I don't know, I feel like it really wasn't worth the time, but cheap, keeps the anchor rope feeding out smooth, so it does help prevent tangles when that anchor rope is going out. Those of you, my friends on Facebook, check out my Facebook page. I'm gonna put a post up. This morning when I was coming up the 4-lane, I've been up that 4-lane a lot of times, and I've never seen a blanket of fog or cloud like that. Maybe that don't come up here in the wintertime enough, but I had to pull over, get a little video and some pictures. The fog layer across Aubrey and the valley looked like the ocean. It was really cool. Those of you who live up in the mountains probably get to see it all the time. Probably no big deal, huh? Let me get this thing all pinned up, deflated, get on down the hill, hang out, watch some football. Spend the rest of the family, spend the rest of the Sunday with the family. Pretty stoked to get that limit up here at Shaver. Last few videos I put up, I went home with just a couple few and kind of ran out of time. So pretty cool that today I was able to stick it out, especially in the water a little cold, and get that limit. So I got this float tube a while back from Amazon. It was 150 bucks. It's the Go Plus float tube. It's been working really well for me. Anybody else out there like to take the float tube out? Let me know. Maybe we can get together, hit some spots, share some info maybe. I've seen some pretty cool modifications for these things. I was watching some YouTube videos yesterday, and there was this guy that designed and made a propulsion system. Now when I saw the video, I'm thinking like the ones that I've seen before in the past, like a Milwaukee drill with a little propeller on there, right? Little propulsion system. This dude had these two T500 propellers that were all covered in plastic. He had one for each side, and his PVC cage went around his whole float tube. And he had a battery box. I was pretty impressed, to say the least. But that was a trip. I was trying to think about maybe, like I said, some kind of Milwaukee drill or something like that that I could give my legs a break with. I'm 41 years old now, and not young like I used to be. Getting out here and kicking, I gotta take it easy and plan my moves. I get cramps sometimes, so my bag kind of busted, but not too bad. Not too bad. Boat in the bag, right? All right, we'll see you later. You guys take it easy. Have a good Sunday. Bob Boys Adventures out of here.